What's going on, guys? ASMR Prodigy back again with another video. And in today's video, as you can tell by the title, we are doing another NFL Talks. Talking about the NFL. And more specifically, we're talking about the dumpster fire of the Denver Broncos. And I think I'm going to title this Broncos Country Let's Cry or something silly like that. But we're going to be talking about the Broncos. So let's just hop into it. If you guys are new here, please subscribe. And if you like the video, like the video. So to start off, I was looking at the Broncos schedule, and they are 3-8 so far through 11 weeks of playing. 3-8, which is alarming because the Broncos were hyped up to be a playoff lock, almost a second. Obviously, not winning the division. I mean, there's some people that probably even thought they were going to win the division, but taking second place in that AFC West and taking the wild card spot, which I don't know. But what's alarming is that they traded picks to Seattle to get Russell Wilson, and then gave him a massive contract extension. And looking at Russell Wilson's stats, he has 8 touchdowns on the year. 8 touchdowns through 11 weeks. 8 touchdowns. And 5 interceptions. And that's not good. That's not very good. If you are a Broncos fan, you have to be in absolute shambles right now. And you know, with him doing all this stuff, where it's like, Broncos Country, let's ride. It's corny. It's corny. And then when he was out on, I don't remember whose field it was, but he was like, with his headphones on and stuff pre-game. Dude, really? Like, really? You have 8 touchdowns through 11 weeks. Like, what you should be, I don't know, listen to like that one song that was in Tavon Austin's highlight tape from high school. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, 8 to 5 TD to interception ratio is crazy with an 82.3 QB rating. He's got 2,369 yards on the year, and he has a 58.9 completion percentage. And just to, you know, not to like rub it in or anything, but just to talk about some of his stats before going to the Broncos. 2012 through 2021, when he was on the Seahawks, his lowest completion percentage was 61.3 in 2017, where he had 34 TDs, 11 interceptions. Let's just go over this right here. He had 40 touchdowns, 13 interceptions in 2020. Next year he has 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. This year he has 8 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Now, granted, there are weeks left on the year. There's, week 11, so they got 7 weeks maybe? I don't know. It's not week 11. I'm tripping. It's week 13, so he's only got 4 games left. That's not good. That's very bad. That's very alarming. I feel bad for Broncos fans. I really do. There's a thing I saw on Instagram, and it is like a tracker of Russell Wilson's touchdowns to bathrooms in his home ratio. And I think he has 12 bathrooms in his house, and he has 8 touchdowns on the year. So who knows if he'll even break that. I don't think he will. He's gotten 1 last week. The most he's thrown in a game is 2. And that was on October 2nd against the Raiders, which was also his best QBR at 124.9 by far. He's only had one other day where his rating was over 100, and that was week 1. Yeah, back to what I was saying about the Broncos schedule. Let me just show, what really surprised me looking at this is that they beat the San Francisco 49ers 11-10, a 1-point game. San Francisco's so much better than the Broncos. I don't know how that came about. discussed as like, oh, this guy hating on Russell Wilson's downfall. Like, you want him to be bad, you hate him. I knew Russell Wilson was going to be bad this year, and I don't want to, toot my own horn or whatever, say, oh, I know everything, but there were talks in the offseason that the Eagles were going to trade for a quarterback, whether that be Deshaun Watson, whether that be Russell Wilson, whether that be, I don't remember who the other quarterback was. That was maybe Aaron Rodgers, I think it was. There was rumors that they were going to trade for a quarterback, and we were very, 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 very much linked to Russell Wilson. And I was so upset at the time. I was so mad. I was like, dude, I swear to God, if we do some stupid shit, Howie Roseman, if we go out and get 34-year-old Russell Wilson for 3 or 2 first-round picks and Jalen Hurts, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know if I would have stopped watching, because Russell Wilson, for one, I just never saw it. Even when he was young in his in his Super Bowl years, it never was there for me. He just never struck me as the guy. I don't know. And I think it's showing, how much of that was Pete Carroll designed offense, how much did it rely on DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. He always had Legion of Boom with him for the Seahawks. I don't know. I knew that Russell Wilson was mid. And, I'm so happy, so happy that we did not end up trading for him. I feel bad for the Broncos that wasted their future. Not really their future, but maybe a year and a half of their future on Russell Wilson. And now they got him locked up long term. So unless they can get someone in that coaching staff who knows how to work around Russell Wilson's play style, it's not going to be pretty. And you can't say that he doesn't have weapons, because, granted, Javonte Williams did get hurt, so that means you're running with a backup the entire year at halfback. But Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, KJ Hamler, I don't know how good he is. I know they got another wide receiver I just can't think of. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares, right? But yeah, not very good for Russell Wilson. I will say that. The most interceptions he's thrown in a year was 13. And the second highest was 11. He's got 5 right now. I don't see him breaking double digits, to be honest with you. I think he ends the year with 12. Sorry. I'm going to say he ends the year with 13 touchdowns. And 8 interceptions is my guess. There's no shot he breaks 4,000 yards, which, he's done that 1, 2, 3, 4 times in his career, and everything else has been in the 3,000s. He needs 700 to get to the 3,000 mark in 4 games. 5 games, sorry. He hasn't played one yet. I don't know, dude. It's just not good. It's just simply not good, and I have to feel for the Broncos fans, and then I feel like it's just, he made it worse when things were going bad. He was trying to be lighthearted about it. They were like losing a bunch of games, like they were maybe 2-5 or something, and he's out in the media in a post-game being like, oh, Broncos country, let's ride, before he leaves. Like, dude, no, don't do that. You can say that when you start winning games, when you take your primetime team. This team was so highly thought of that they gave him so many primetime games. The Broncos had so many primetime games early in the season. And they folded, dude. The Seahawks are better off with Geno Smith at quarterback than Russell Wilson. Let that sink in. Let that sink into your brain. The Seattle Seahawks are better with Geno Smith at quarterback than Russell Wilson. Sometimes it's not about how good someone is. It's about how well they play with the coaching staff, how well they play with the players around them. You could have the best quarterback to ever walk the earth, the most talented quarterback to walk the earth. If he's a dickhead, if he doesn't listen, else I could say in this video. I don't even know how I stretched it to be like 11 minutes. Because all I really had to come on here and say was that the Broncos were bad. That's all I wanted to say. I could have did this in a 10-second video. But we stretched it, so yeah. I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys for watching, as always. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Which will be for you guys, the Philadelphia